Of course, Equalizer is just good, even if it is only going to be that rank 1 Equalizer, because Taki is not going to get the experience to really have that big, devastating, full build, whatever Equalizer. But it's just kind of smashes the lane, and Colette can't really do anything about it because not a lot of it is projectile based. So that's really it. That's really it as far as I see. He can stand. The scrap shield lets you stand up to the fights a little bit better than more traditional mage supports. But
Emperor and Husband having a biff at level 1. This lane, you know, there's a bit of ego in it. As DNK, what? Okay.
What
just happened?
DNK was trying to take the red off.
What just
BJ's
happened?
just flashing on him, and he's still going for it.
Yeah, he knows he wins this fight now, but he thinks he's at blue. He's now level 2 though.
Huh.
This is a goon fest.
Oh wait,
but he's Wukong.
That's where the level 2 kills from.
As there's an interesting play coming in. First blood will go over to Enpa. And Husband gets the second. Marby, what goonery did we just witness?
So, PJ has 1 CS. He got 1 baby wolf. He doesn't have he doesn't really have a chickens camp. Okay, so yeah, BJ was trying to take the chickens. Gets most of them, but not all of them. So he doesn't level up. Froggy gets the initial push, and that's why the chase ends up favoring BJ. And then I don't know. I don't know why you continue like this. I guess if DNK does go to blue buff, he will take enough damage that you can easily cheese the level.
I mean, really smart by DNK to not.
But yeah, blue buff. Going for the wolves means early level. Just picking up that single baby wolf was enough to pick up level 2, and then Buckler comes in a little bit clutch, and it's a bit of a shame. Enpa has to do the whole jump backwards to jump forwards thing.
And I didn't think it was Red Nose Day. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm seeing a lot of claims.
It's always Red Nose Day in the VCS.
It's true. We're the best circus in the world. Looking down at the bottom lane, we do have Taki facing up, as you very wisely predicted, able to play super aggressively, but it's not going to translate to anything until Shogun finds an opportunity to press that W button.
I think if they did pivot, as I said before, they're not really going for that all-in try and kill you lane. They're just trying to keep the waves hard shoved, keep them under tower, just chip away at the tower plates. Seems to be working so far. First one's almost down, and Colette just can't really stand up to it. Just walking. King Gale wants these raptors. They're his raptors. No one else's raptors.
He's doing
Red buff has still not been taken on the top side for
it hasn't. Like, BJ is getting bullied out of his own jungle. This is just rude.
Yeah, that's real rude. This might be a bridge too far. And
I don't think it is. Husmed doesn't seem to be able to get down there in time. He smites away that Krug, and DNK just walks away.
Yeah, because it's not like there's a pin under tower. Froggy had the pressure in the mid lane to move as well. So DNK being very aggressive. I think the step too far is necessarily challenging on the Krugs instead of just taking the red buff. He's going to try and take the red buff now, and this is just absolute nonsense clownery. BJ completely on vision, so Enpa should be pretty safe. Gonna grab a Gromp, they know
the blue buff hasn't been taken either.
They know he's in that side of the jungle, so now look,
they're pinging him.
Here it comes.
DJ's getting read like a book. He is getting collapsed on. He needs to make his way over to the wall, but Enpa's not going to let that happen.
Solo
31. That's another solo kill.
That's oddly enough the best case scenario for BJ, because it doesn't give up a assist kill.
It didn't give up an assist. Sure. I mean, I think the best case scenario would have been not dying.
I mean, correct, but there was no chance he gets out of that. So not giving up the assist is good.
True.
And
I mean,
look,
Husband is furious.
here's the trick, right? If you keep being a clown on the top side, DNK does not get to come help his bot side.
That's a good point. Because that's 2 turret plates already being mined by Shogun. So, strong Tristana. And I mean, you have to think the mid laners are just kind of, they've just put the duct tape over the rest of the mini-map. They're just playing a 1v1 game. Don't want to look at what those clowns are doing.
Yeah, this is one of the games where it's just like, I do not acknowledge my jungler. I do not condone his actions. I have decided that 4v4s are the way of the future. Rito, please. Also known as every solo queue game, I'm playing jungle.
Speaking of jungle, did you see the pets? Ooh,
Yeah!
Might have to come back to it. It's Froggy flashing forward. Lovely charm, but an even better scoop by Dia1, and he's out of there.
A real solo queue hero would have...
Taki!
Does a lot of damage! Does a lot of damage! Real solo queue hero would have scooped them under the tower and tried to get the kill back. I'm just saying, Dia, you flubbed it. You stuffed it. You ruined everything. Anyway, Taki comes up big, secures the kill for his team. And onto pets. Look, it doesn't replace the little spirit wolf boy. That's the only jungle pet I believe.
We don't know that yet. Maybe it'll be cuter. It sits on your head.
Overall, I hate the idea. Stop making jungle more accessible. Thank you.
I think they're logic.
Three junglers should be able to clear it. Bring back harder gold junglers.
Husmed getting attacked as DNK goes under tower and Marby rages about season 2. We get it, you're a boomer.
Whee! Support press ward button and do nothing else.
BJ caught in the brush. Has to use that cyclone, just like Marby has to deal with the memory of Oracle's elixir. But in the end, nothing happens.
I don't miss it.
I actually really liked Oracle.
I miss it in ARAM. I hate the ARAM system. Anyway, good control on the top side. Should net a Rift Herald for DNK. This can maybe hope them swing around some of this tower gold. Maybe open up a first brick opportunity for the side of SBTC, because right now the spot side, it's not looking good. Equalizer just to zone them off.
Yeah, just zoning them away. Shogun continuing to plink away at this tower. Now Paulette able to step up, block a few shots. Taki, he wants to go under this tower. The Rumble ult's already down, but you know he wants to.
He wants to, and then he remembers he's a Rumble and can't actually die.
With like celebrity's health, like I think there's a chance if you just run at him with all of Tristana's damage, you might just kill him.
I mean, there's probably
Dia1 finding a play. BJ gets scooped on the run, has flash, so he gets away into the dragon pit. But Dia1, excellent roam timing.
The mid lane. Oh, okay.
Okay, Paulette.
Blocks the Buster Shot, that's probably enough to save Celebrity.
That might even be enough for them to try and kill Taki, because DNK is here. The rocket jump has to be used just to get away. Taki's going to be fed in as a sacrifice. So that was just individual outplay there by Paulette.
Yeah, finding the opportunity, finding the step too far. Now Emper's on the wrong side of the map as Hassman wants to finish it off. Emper's blown everything, cannot continue the fight, and it's just gonna fizzle on the top side. And I wanna commend hero of the ages, Dia1, who comes down and uses his ultimate just to save the red buff for his jungler. Absolute King Chad, forgiven for the mid lane scoop. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh man, this is the most SGB versus SE game ever. But yeah, huge Paulette.
Yeah.
Huge.
That Buster Shot definitely would have been enough, and we are not going to see the follow-up.
It's
not much to talk about. It was just Land's concussive blows into Winter's Bite into concussive blows into Den.
So the mistake that Dia1's made is he's using the SKT skin. And of course, you know what happens when Froggy sees Faker. We saw it in MSI. He gets killed. He gets filled with a lust to solo kill.
That's not Faker. That's not Faker's skin.
Is mid laner Zeus not Faker?
That's
What?
Easy Hoon.
Oh shit, you're right. I forgot Easy Hoon existed. Crap,
Yeah.
I genuinely forgot Easy Hoon existed. Yeah,
That's
okay,
Easy
fine. I
Hoon.
take it back. Whatever.
But plus side for Froggy is Easy Hoon is a lot worse than Faker, so he actually succeeds in the killing this time around. And it's just D1's a bit far up. It's a 3-man gank. My man's couldn't do a damn thing. But they have a Rift Tower now, and they can try and make something happen. They can try and break open this mid lane a little bit. They're not gonna finish it off, but it's a bit of a just more gold into this Azir, trying to catch him back up into the game.
If any T1 fans are upset with me not knowing that, by the way, please direct your trucks to VCS English HQ. All right, don't send them to my house.
I think half the T1 fans aren't even old enough to remember Easy Hoon. That was 2015.
I said T1 fans.
T1, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway,
T1 is an
getting back on track. We do have a very even game at the moment. Only 200 gold separating these teams right now. 3-3 in kills. This one's hard to separate at the moment.
It's very, very hard to separate. A bit of a lead on the top side of SE, but this bot lane is just slowly getting better and better for SGB. The kill back is nice for Celebrity, but this tower more than makes up for that. But small CS lead as well. There's just not much they cannot stand up to this pressure, the push from this SGB bot lane. They just need to try and catch them out somehow, but it's not working out very well. Binji and Ari working together as well to punish DR1 wherever they can. It's just DK. He's farming up a little bit, but he's not a very fast farmer on the Poppy, so I want to see him try and be a bit more active, try and punish the overaggression of the bot side of SGB. Maybe catch him in the Baron Dragon Pit.
Yeah, Dia is sort of looking for an angle, but I think the call's gone in to not go for this one. It's the first Drake being picked up at 13.5 minutes. Any potential Dragon Soul is so far away and so late into the game that I don't think SE are particularly concerned.
And the out of combat movement speed will really just make B&J be able to play around the map a bit faster.
Oh, good
job.
catch.
Yeah, fantastic use. Steadfast presence to deny the rocket jump. Easy catch. And that should be maybe a plate for Celebrity. No, maybe, guess not. There's no wave. There's also 14 minutes.
Marby in shambles.
I'm devastated. I'm retiring. No.
You have to have a career for that. Anyway, B&J moving in. Rumble ult here. Another fantastic steadfast presence. DNK shuts the play down.
Yeah, pretty much just ends up as a Rumble ult to clear the wave, and they don't really want to take the 3v2. No, they don't.
That would be bold.
So just gonna waste some time is old Taki, and good playing to the best visibility. Emper still having a pretty good time in this top side, trying to make this counter pick work. Feeling quite happy with those 2 kills under the belt, courtesy of Binja. Yeah, Rift Herald up very shortly. Maybe we see a big kerfuffle up there.
We may well, but for now, I think SE are happy to let this one continue to go slow. They've got the Zeri.
Yeah, but both teams are... So that should be a little bit late onto this Rift Herald. They don't concern themselves with it too much. They had that first brick pretty much on the books, and they take it down with Froggy there. So once this comes down, should just be probably the mid lane tower, I would expect, being broken open for SBTC if they can get in there, actually find a push. Oh, hello.
They've got the catch as Enpa hits by the charm into the Everfrost. They want to back this one off. Equalizer drop down across the team. Just trying to fend them off for now. SGB very skittish about going in there.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a big knockaway. Shogun now in a little bit of trouble as he's knocked into the wall, hit with a laser, good flash to try and get some distance. Buster shot, knocking Celebrity away. Now it's Huzmed joining the fray. Enper's picked up one for himself. And Huzmed in the middle of the team throws out those needles, takes Enper low, should take him down. There it is. DNK equalizing though. BJ going low as well. Has that regen as the Wukong goes over the wall, finds the kill onto the Brawl. Huzmed has the scissors. And 4 kills to SGB, 2 to SE.
Just an absolutely nonsense fight from the side of SBTC. Kind of everything going wrong across the board there. DNK's gonna get this rift, get this tower though. So, hey, objective achieved.
Genuinely not that bad. As
yeah, they still majorly lose the fight. The towers are traded in the end, and it starts off. They try and catch onto DNK. Sorry, into what's his face, Shogun, because the rocket jump was used, but they don't have the burst damage. They just can't finish him off, and then the flash over the wall straight into BJ's face, and then it's all just such a scattered fight. Enper goes for his own play onto Taki, which means he gets caught left in a weird position. DO1 charging down the river alone. Just really bad team fighting from SBTC, playing as individuals, not playing as a team, and that will probably be what ends up keeping SGB in the game, keeping them ahead at this point, and might end up netting them the win.
It might do, as we now have this 1.5k gold gap between the teams, but there's still a scaling Zeri. There's still this Akali in the top lane, though Huzmed on the Gwen, 3 kills and no mythic, so he must be holding a hell of a lot of gold.
Decent amount. Stopped off at the boots, of course, so that delays it a little bit, but yeah, there you go. But Baxon picks it up. It's all good to go, and just let's a little bit of trading on the map. DO1 had control in the mid lane. There's a bit of a Enper trying to do his best on the bot side, but aren't stand up to wave clear from Froggy. So we're just gonna play it out. SGB have major control in their bot mid lane waves and get the dragon. Shouldn't be contestable. And so, all in all, it's really a tower for a dragon trade, which is okay. You kind of like the gold, but these dragons are very much worth that trade of an outer tower right now, thanks to the buffs. And if it gets harder and harder to burst down someone like Shogun, harder and harder to kill someone like Huzmed, that's going to start to hurt. And it's Ocean Drake again. This could actually pan out into something.
It may well. I mean, I'm still interested to see what Taki wants to do as this game keeps on going.
Yeah, they got that Night Harvester, I think.
Night Harvester on a support is so funny.
What else are you gonna do?
I mean, no, I'm not even saying it's wrong. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Honestly, Arna's been completed over the board. The one person who's been really shut down this game is honestly DO1, 0-3 at the moment.
Yep.
He actually had a very good game 1 despite the loss. So the fact that they've managed to shut this Azir down completely is a huge boon for SGB.
Yeah, I feel the Azir pick was a little bit of ego, kind of just saying, yeah, I did really well on it last time, I can do it again. Not quite considering the matchup this time around. It was a really nice pick into the Talia. It's less so into the Ahri. Maybe
they're going in onto Froggy, but Spirit Rush is a good spell. Enper under threat at the same time, moved forward onto Huzmed. Oh my word, what a play as he actually takes down the Wukong. And you'll take that every day of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 for 1 in the 3v1. Bot side's going to take a tower as well. Sure, in the end, it's overall actually a gold trade. Well, actually, no, because 1 for 1, duh, it's a gold even. It's not even going to be gold even. I don't actually know. Huzmed will get this tower, but absolutely saves the play because a 1 tower trade and an extra kill, but then just Enper, absolute, just knows his limits, knows what he can do with the champion. Could have easily walked away afterwards, but saw the kill in his eyes. Puts another one on the board.
Another one to the end for solo kill counter as he continues to make his way towards a record. Celebrity farming up as well. 2 items complete, same as Shogun. Despite the 30 CS deficit, that's well and truly made up for by those 2 kills. So this gold gap, it's only 1,000, and the way it's distributed, honestly, I think that means almost nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty much all on the Wukong, I guess. I mean, actually, a lot of it is going to be sitting on that support. Fair amount's going to be on that support, I feel. Which, hey, I mean, if you want gold lead on a support, might as well make it a damage one. Mm-hmm. So Tak is feeling happy. He can definitely cause a lot of problems if they find the right angle for an equalizer to drop. We'll have fully maxed out the harpoons, I imagine, for that extra slow.
I want them to click on him, and he's got.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure what Rumble support levels first. Frankly.
I mean, I don't know what Rumble support levels first, but I'm willing to bet Taki levels Q.
Yeah, that's fair. So we're just gonna keep sort of ping-ponging waves across the map. Very much, it's just so even. We just they can't quite put together an actual advantage, a pressure point that they want to push. What either team would have to group up, and the solo laners of each team have very good split push potential that it just makes it. Oh, hello! It's a 2v1.
Yeah, that was a really lovely bait there by Husmed. Made Enpa think he has a chance. Perfect execution into the shuriken flip. And now BJ arrives, and yeah, Enpa, you're pretty good, but you're not that good.
Yeah, it was a very nice escape until the point he walked into the enemy jungle and found a monkey. Don't want to find a monkey. When,
not in the jungle. That's their home territory. BJ moving in with the Cyclone. Dia 1 flashing, dashing. Gets away. 2 ults right there for SGB.
TNK, you can cancel that. You can just let it time out. You don't have to try and kill last hit of chicken with it. Alright, Dia's gonna have to go back to base. He has teleport, so it's not the end of the world, but Enpa is down. It's gonna provide a lot of pressure onto the spot side for the side of Hasmed. This should help create massive control over this pit for this third dragon. Baron is up, so they can do a bit of a bait away and try and force them to respond to a Baron play. Right now, it's SGB. It's been Jay in particular around this Baron dragon, but the rest of his team is not necessarily there to help him out. All in all, that pick doesn't really matter anymore.
BJ actually getting corralled here a little bit. Good charm there from Froggy. Stops the collapse, but I feel like this is going to be SE picking up this dragon. SGB just really not in position.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's just it's just an ocean drake at this point. Very much stops the go for a dragon soul, but it's not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination now.
BJ actually moving in. They want to try and take a fight on the way out. SE trying to navigate their way. That Braum shield doing a whole lot, but Froggy acting as the gatekeeper. They won't actually find anything. Dia thinks about it for a second. Doesn't pull the trigger. SE get the dragon and get out.
Nice, clean. Didn't want to take the fight, didn't have the tools available, but the disengage is very good. Oh, stops the Taki back, but that's about all. No support to follow up on. And now, Baron is going to be the play. We can gonna need to start to see these teams move the vision up. Neither of these teams really building up their vision. No one's leaving space for the control wards. Gotta have those dark seals in there. Gotta have that Doran shield. Gotta have that blasting wand. Actually, that one's kind of reasonable.
I'm gonna be honest. I completely lost track of what you were talking about. You were just naming.
They're not. The solo laners for SBTC are not contributing to the control wards. That's what I'm blathering about.
Okay.
They're going to contribute to SGB's goal.
Contribution, yeah. It's SGB making their way up, but there is a sun disc here that they can try and make plays around, and it's going to fend SGB off. In comes the Poppy. In comes Celebrity. Equalizer dropped in. They turn around onto Celebrity, who went over the wall. Has a little bit misguided, trying to get himself spooled up. But Hazmed is just going to walk away. It's another fend off by SE.
That could have been so much more if Celebrity just decided to try and flank. You can't really do that. You can't be the one to cut them off, and they're actually going to just turn onto this Baron. There's no one left on the tank for SBTC. Charm lands.
Yeah, they try and go in onto Paulette, taking him low, taking him down. DNK finds his way onto Husband at the same time. He's extremely low. One hit from Celebrity will probably be enough to do it. Dia won the target of Bean J, but no, Bean J will lose that fight. And now it's SGB with those anemic health bars. Froggy, full health, needs to do a lot, just gets yeeted. And Shogun will be sacrificed. SGB with misstep after misstep.
Again, they just wanted to try and turn and burn. I think they didn't actually ever want the Baron. They just wanted the pick. But unfortunately, they picked Paulette, who is the hardest to kill because he got the Unbreakable up in time. And now 2 picks, including Bean J. This is going to be a Baron start. Equalizer, even though it's a support, still can be a bit of a pain in the pit.
It's already down, unfortunately. It's already been used.
But yeah, so. He kind of dropped it and no one else was there to support, so easy Baron.
Yeah, so that's going to be Baron for SE.
Baron for SBTC brings it back. Gold now a K in there. Advantage, love to see the graph. It's going to be a wild ride. And Paulette just takes so long to kill, puts a massive slow field down, and then it's just Dia chunking out so many people on this backside, able to survive narrowly against Bean J with the shield given, and then he can use his soldiers to sort of corral them back a little and let the rest of SBTC finish off a couple of kills here. The knockback, that almost could have gone badly if Dia1 hadn't realized he was about to get a Froggy landing on him and walked away, but in the end, they managed to pick up Shogun off the back of it. Froggy can't get anything done. Works out.
3 items for Zeri, Marby. Danger zone.
3 items for Azir as well. So both these carries kind of quite effectively online. Now Dia1, who was shut out of the game, now he's ahead of Froggy. Been given lots of time in the side lane to farm up. Lots of tower gold, picked up a kill for himself in that last fight as well. It's going well for this Azir. And now the carry threats are online. Just need to put it together.
There's that Rumble ult again. They're going to try and jump in on the separated Paulette. This time they kill him much more cleanly. TNK, next target is very fast though. Froggy not landing that charm. SE do get away, but this should be now a 3rd Drake for SGB.
Yeah, Cyclone.
Oh, in he goes. Over the wall, straight onto Celebrity, but he can't lock him down. DNK will fall. No jungler now for SE. Dia1 making a lot of distance to get himself out. But SGB, their prize is the dragon.
Anpa just was spent the whole time split pushing and gets the tower back for himself. It's going to be soul point for SGB. It's not the end of the world, but that angle could have been so much worse for SGB if they'd stayed, for SBTC if they'd stayed grouped up, but they split apart, which meant the Cyclone wasn't as effective. They still trade out DNK and the Dragon, but it's all fine. They still have a Baron to work with. 30 seconds, it's not actually all that much. They spent their time going for a Dragon instead, so it's actually just gonna fizzle out as pretty much dead even gold lead. Dragon's the main advantage for SGB right now, but Zeri and Akali and Azir, there's so many win conditions for SBTC to work with right now that if they can just put it together, they can still drag this to a 3rd game.
That they can. There's definitely still a lot SE can do, and particularly Celebrity. Celebrity is someone we want to talk about more. He has had an incredible split. Game 1, not amazing for him on the Zeri. Was getting very hard shut down by the Pantheon from BJ. But Game 2, 3-1-2, 3.5 items completed. He's empowered to carry here.
Yeah, he's been slowly powering up, slowly winning, punching out damage in these fights. Just needs to try and land the charm on Zeri though.
Yeah, there's a Everfrost as well, but really not enough damage. I don't like the angle there that Taki used for the ult.
Yeah, bit of just trying to get anything onto that target to follow up on, but the Glacial Fissure is enough to pull it back, keep Zeri safe. The Siege is just there to try and buy as much space, buy a distraction for Emperor to really get something done in that mid lane, because there's no more Baron anymore, and the wave clear on SGB is very good between the Ari and the
Shogun caught out, gonna be taken down.
Yeah, they sent someone to try and stop the Emperor push. They sent the AD carry, the most assassinatable target.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to use that Buster shot, but with DNK there, it just wasn't enough.
It's just strange to me. I understand wanting to try and keep Froggy onto the main thrust of SBTC, try and keep that wave clear.
DNK wrapping around, will get on top of Hazmed. An equalizer is dropped down. BJ moving in with some knockups. They'll save the Gwen. That's about it.
They'll save the Gwen, but lose the tower, so SBTC still achieve what they want. We're going to get some Krugs as a parting gift, and the gold is now at an actually functional number that you can call a lead. It's 3k, and it is 32 minutes, so it's not a big lead, but it's a lead. It's something. It's something they can work with. It's something they can take and feel confident going into further fights. But here, it's a nice equalizer to just put in a lot of pressure and say, we can't stand on top of this and continue to try and kill Hasmed. So they end up backing off. It saves the Gwen's life, but it's not enough. And this Rumble has sort of outlived its effectiveness. It really does feel like, unless somehow Taki is going to steal enough experience to get to level 16. This is about as strong as this Rumble is going to get, and I don't think that's really enough to justify its existence at this point.
No. I mean, it still will be a strong slow, even if the equalizer will kind of stop being a relevant damage threat. It still will be a good slow, try and slow this Zeri down, but you can see the difference in SGB playing against this Zeri when they have point-and-click CC like they did in Game 1, and then they don't in Game 2, and this champion is able to just run wild.
Yeah, and that's why I'm just very confused.
Kind of baffled why it didn't get banned. Yeah.
I definitely saw the angle for like the bait. I mean, there's lots of point and click CC within the game. A lot of it on viable champions too. So I'm just a bit confused. This is what they want to try. This is what they went for. They can pretty much find themselves a means of winning the game in 30 seconds if they can get this final Drake. So this will definitely be the big showdown.
It absolutely will.
Decide,
SGB, they're backing off, but I think that's only momentary. They're just moving around. BJ spots everyone of SE, but gets spotted himself. Are they going to be able to find a way in? Look at the tracking on BJ. A little bit of damage goes across. There's the equalizer. Doesn't really do anything. The knockaway onto Froggy. SGB now need to buy themselves some space. BJ still getting tracked. Dia1 a little bit caught out. Flashing away. DNK surfing through the team. Can SGB find an angle, or will it be Enper that gets it started as he dives into the backside? Look at all of this damage he's putting out. He should trade his life for it. He does, but the dragon goes down. No soul secured. Dia1 caught out by that Everfrost, but they turn it around. Celebrity now has the movement speed, moving forward, and this is about to be a white on to SGB. No, they fend it off for now, but Celebrity says no. Moves forward, takes down another kill. BJ on the run, Taki on the hide as SE win out huge.
Yeah, Taki's going to get away, but this is a Baron setup for SBTC. BJ is still alive, so Paulette is going to try and find him. Teleport from Dia should encounter him, and that means they can feel a little bit safer. Oh, they just have to be careful. They just have to be so careful about BJ, though. It's easy to get on the
they're
pit.
just tracking him.
And Harsmet as well. DNK is so low, it can be in danger.
Got a little bit scared there, but not quite. The smite does come in. That'll be SE with the second Baron of the game.
Second Baron and 5 more minutes onto the Dragon fight, and it starts off pretty good for SBTC. They keep Dia out of the fight. It looks like BJ has some means of getting in, but Enpa plays so well in distracting them. Gets heaps of damage down. It's not enough to kill anyone off, but it drags them all away. It gets them all on low health bars so that when they try and come in, it's enough for a Celebrity to try and clean it up. The Buster Shot stops it from being a quadruple kill right here, but there's enough there that Celebrity can pick up Shogun, and that's a Baron.
That is going to be a Baron. SE now in full control of this game. I can smell a game 3, Marby.
Definitely. I mean, I would have been a little bit disappointed if we didn't get one, but it's coming close. Celebrity's got his carry pants on. Empa's got the big numbers in the kill column. Decent number in the deaths column, but that's what we love about this boy. He's willing to go crazy. Speaking of crazy,
there you go. That's a huge scoop by Dia. One massive glacial fissure to stop Harsmed getting in as well. They can't get back onto Celebrity. They take down D1. They take down the Braum. But now they have to deal with the rest. 2 for 2. Celebrity still a huge threat. Moves forward. Froggy does dash away.
Might have been Harsmed's first death of the game, it feels like. Now they're trying to siege up. They have the Baron in tow. Have to be a little bit careful. A good charm could turn it around, but they're breaking open the base. I don't think they have enough to push for it, but the base is enough for now. Respawns will have to come in sooner or later. Enpa is back. He's saying he's here. So I'm gonna know. He's just having a good time. Doesn't have a Baron, but feels confident. He's feeling good.
See how we go. Let's have a replay of this last attempt by SGB.
Yeah, it's a really good separation of the carries, but unfortunately Harsmed is like 5-0, 6-0 at this point, so he still does a lot of damage and takes out 2 pretty much by himself. Fortunately, the one he doesn't take out is Celebrity, who turns it around. There you are, 7-1 on the board for Gwen, so still a huge threat they have to concern themselves with, and Harsmed is putting it together and trying to carry this to a 2-0. It's not quite coming together, though.
He is, 7-1 and still losing. That feels pretty bad for Harsmed. I'm sure he'll continue to do his absolute best, but it really feels like all of the wind is out of SGB's sails. SE, full control of the map at the moment. All 3 lanes are pushing in their favor. Paulette just able to hold this. Celebrity getting more gold funneled into him. 50 seconds on this dragon. I don't think SGB will contest this one.
No, I think at most they try and send BJ in for a steal, but it's a little bit harder to do on a red side team because they will be in front of your angle of approach. Yeah. So, yeah, should just be a bit of a freebie for the side of SBTC. Unless something happens here, knockback onto the Wukong.
Yeah, that denies they're engaged. So this is going to be an inhibitor taken for SE. SGB unable to fight back. The base is compromised. What can you do, Buffalo? Yeah,
it's kind of the all or nothing fight. Maybe they do contest on it just in case. If you win the smite, you'll end up winning the fight afterwards. But you have to win the smite, and they are not going to go for that. They're not even going to fathom sending BJ down that way. going to just try and secure as much vision as they can onto this Baron pit so that when it comes time, they can maybe make their way in there, but at this point, it's just a little bit of stalling out as long as they can. Maybe hope for the miracle fight where it all pieces up well. But it's just so hard, because you're playing a 4v5. This Rumble doesn't do anything.
It really, really doesn't. Honestly, at this point, the Wukong's not doing very much either.
But at least Wukong has a giant AoE knockup.
It's true.
Rumble brings a bit of a slow that most of SBTC can dash out of, and then lackluster damage. It's sad. It's expected that a Rumble support at 40 minutes doesn't do much. Fortunately, they were really hoping to be done before 40 minutes, but we've made it. And I'm sorry, Taki, you're just gonna have to do your damn best. Have your participation trophy, and pray to God Hasmed can be that god.
Speaking of Hasmed, he is down on the bottom side, trying to get something shoving in SGB's favor, but I feel like you have to rip that TP pretty soon, or you're not going to get it off at all before the triple inhib.
Yeah, you have to back. Walking back to lane is not going to help you.
Now Emperor TPing in. The tower's gone. The inhib still stands. DNK moving forward, knocks Froggy up. Hasmed is here, but it doesn't feel very decisive at the moment. BJ moves forward for a moment, but thinks better of it as SE back themselves out.
And DNK saw an angle that wasn't quite there, and that will keep the inhibitor alive as SBTC Esports backs off. But all in all, they just sacrificed the inhibitor tower. Now minions are going to be raining onto that inhibitor. Are they going to ignore that too? Looks like it at the moment, because there's Baron in play. And that wants to be the focus. Someone has to go back for it. Wave will keep it alive and long enough for Froggy to respond.
Yeah, they do manage to keep it there. Froggy has TP. So as long as there's something near the pit, I feel like this Baron's already gone. It's now 43 minutes as SE are going to get themselves another Baron. Rumble ult dumped on the entrance, but now Glacial Fisher onto BJ. SE, they know they don't actually have to engage. They're just going to back off and walk towards the enemy base. They're pretty much unstoppable juggernauts.
Bot wave has supers coming. There's a wave in this top side that they can empower and break open that top inhibitor. They can then move to clean up the third as well. SGB has to try and find the angle, has to try and find the fight, and the moment is now when Dia isn't there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to pull the trigger at some point, SGB.
Now Dia's here. You can't win the fight.
They're going to lose their third inhib. I always think once your third inhib goes down, like, you may as well FF. Of course, they're not going to do that.
Unless you're dumb.
It's true. Enper taking a little bit of damage. Shogun desperately trying to do anything, but this Tristana just not able to find its way into the game at this late stage. It really looks like... I mean, I really think SE could just go in. BJ is going to try and make something happen. They get onto DNK, actually dealing a lot of damage. They will take him down. Can Hasmed continue this fight? The rest of SE, they have pretty good health bars, but that is still a pick going in the favor of SGB. They have to move back to save their Nexus towers, but this should keep them alive for at least a little bit.
Okay.
Shogun, careful! As BJ goes incredibly low, Enpo with that Zhonya's keeps himself safe, and he's going to steal. Flash, scoop, and that should be it. No, never mind. They're still playing it very, very safe. Hasmed full health is the really scary thing. This is a big Gwen. Down goes the last structure on the map. Enpo going low. Doesn't quite fall to that blast charge. Hasmed desperate, but no, the Nexus falls. And we have ourselves a game 3.
So, not the clear.